Hi everybody, how you all doing? Now I know I'm a bit late to the party because it's been out for ages, but I decided to watch Encanto last night. Because we've got a teenager living in our house that goes, "We don't talk about Bruno, no, 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 no." And as soon as it finishes, "We don't talk," it starts again. And then I went to visit my mum recently, and my little sister did exactly the same thing. "We don't talk about Bruno." So I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it with an open mind. I'm going to see if it's any good. I'm going to review it. I'm going to see if it lives up to the hype because it's been hyped up like crazy. And I've got to say, spoiler alert, it does not live up to the hype. That's probably a pretty unpopular opinion, but it doesn't live up to the hype. It's not that good. So if you've been living under a rock like me, Encanto is an animated Disney film. I don't know if you'd call it a musical because there's only 8 or 9 songs in it, but the lyrics did advance the story. So the music's done by Lin-Manuel Miranda. I only knew him from Curb Your Enthusiasm, where he plays that horrendous version of himself. So that sort of tells you the stuff I watch, Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I'm into films like Goodfellas, The Departed, This Is England, Whiplash. Those are my sort of films. Having said that, I do like animated films like Coco and Inside Out and Soul. So all the Pixar ones I really enjoy as well. So if you've been living under a rock like me, Encanto is about this family who have magical powers and they live in a magical house. And the reason for that is there was a miracle when the grandma was escaping from the village when it was under attack, and the miracle looked after the family and it looked after the village. And that's all you get told at the beginning. It doesn't make any sense. They could have taken 10, 20 minutes just to build up that backstory. Do you know in Up where they have that beautiful montage at the beginning where it depicts Mr. Fredrickson's whole life with his wife? That's a beautiful bit of cinema, that. And it just takes a minute or two just to give a montage of the backstory as to why he is the way he is. That's what Encanto needed. It needed a proper backstory, and because I didn't get a proper backstory, I couldn't really relate to what was going on. I didn't really believe it. I couldn't buy into it. So I think it needed that. I'll tell you what was cool though, the house is pretty cool. So it reminded me of Wallace and Gromit. You know where Wallace wakes up in the bed on its own, goes like that, and then he slips down and he lands in his trousers. It was like a Disney version of that. It was able to clean itself, it was able to sort out parties, it was communicating with the family by moving its tiles and stuff, which was pretty cool. It was pretty cool visual. Really cool visuals in this film. So as I say, the family had powers. So there's one that could hear from miles away. There was one whose mood affected the weather. So I'm glad we've not got that in my house, because if my wife affected the mood, it'd be cloudy every day. That's probably my fault. There was a woman that was really strong. There was, what else was there? There was a lad that could shapeshift, and he didn't use that for evil. If I had that, I'd use it for evil. I'd shapeshift into my enemies, and I'd go around stealing, and just causing mischief. But he just used it for comedy effect, and that was pretty funny every time that was used in the film. And there was one lad who turned into Dr. Dolittle. He could hear anything. That was a beautiful visual. I'm just going to talk about the visuals because that was the best bit about the film, the visuals, when he went into that room and there was just animals everywhere and he could communicate with them all, talk to them all. So as I said, it's a musical, but I just think there was one song in it that was good and the rest of them were a bit cheesy and naff. The first song where, oh, I've forgotten the name. Sounds like Mirabelle, where Mirabelle's just telling this village who's got which power. That's really good. That was the best song in it by a long way. And that was the first song, and then it just went a bit. That We Don't Talk About Bruno song, I wasn't a fan of that. Wasn't a fan. So, like I say, there was one girl who didn't have a power, and it was her job to kind of bring the family together when there was a bit of turmoil, when there's friction within the family. It threatens the magic, it threatens the miracle. And they ostracize Bruno because he sees visions that are always negative and then they happen, so they ostracize him from the family. So pretty brutal. They have a family photo without the main character as well, which is really unlikable, but they don't address that in the film. They're just like, yeah, we'll have a photo. It was really weird. I just didn't understand it at all, to be honest. It's just not my film at all. I thought the songs are overrated apart from the first one. And then it just ended. So there was a bit of turmoil. And the message of the film is like family should stick together, basically. That's the film. So when the family are in turmoil, that's when the miracle is threatened. So it just didn't deliver for me on a deep emotional level. I think the Pixar films do things like that so much better. If you watch Coco, the layers of the plot on that, they just deliver so well compared to Encanto. I just didn't think much of it. I wasn't invested. Like I say, because of the beginning, they didn't build the plot properly. I just wasn't invested at all. So I was really disappointed. It just finished. So it came and went, and I was like, was that it? So the miracle's under threat, and then it disappears. I can't even remember what happened. Then the family get back together, then the village help build the house again. And then Mirabelle puts the doorknob in the house, and then it's a miracle again. And that's it. So I'm surprised by the hype. So if I was you, just get on Disney Plus and just go and watch Soul, go and watch Coco, go and watch Inside Out, Incredibles, Pixar. Pixar is it for me. Pixar is better than Disney, even though Disney owns Pixar, but Disney are better at the... Pixar are better at the animation than Disney, I think. So there you go. That'll do. That is my review. So for the visuals, and purely for the comedy effect of this lad that can shapeshift, that was pretty funny, I'm going to give Encanto 5 out of 10. And that first song was really good. So I wouldn't watch it again. I might have it on in the background. Probably not by choice. Probably because someone else in the family wants to watch it. But I wouldn't leave the room. Sometimes my missus will put on stuff about handbags on YouTube, and I'll want to leave the room. But if you put on Encanto, I'd probably sing the first song, and I'd probably be doing something else at the same time. So like I say, Encanto, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Like, share and subscribe. I'm on the road to 50 subs, so that'd be great if I could get 50 subs. Not 50k, not 50 mil, just 50. Just 50 subs would be great. So like, share and subscribe. Comment what did you think of the film, and then if you wanna see me review something else, just comment it. Excellent, nice one. Enjoy your day. Cheers.